Alrighty, today is day 5. It's going to be an interesting day because we have the guys from Tulmo over today who will do a final assembly on these wheels. We will bond them together because they're split rims, get the tires on, get them in the bike. Front wheel should go in permanently. Rear wheel will still have to adjust the offset on the sprocket a little bit. And then George and I are trying to get Royal Blood finished as much as we can today, which means a lot of wiring to be connected up, a lot of plumbing that needs to go in. George is working on the brake system as we speak. Gas tank will arrive for Royal Blood today, so hopefully by the end of play, Royal Blood will actually look like the final product, which is good. And in the meantime, we tried to stay out of the way of the guys of Tulmo during the day so they can get these wheels done. So, good day. Unfortunately, Panda isn't here. He's spending a long weekend with his wife in Paris, who's had her birthday yesterday. So happy birthday, Georgie. Yeah, that's it for today. So we'll crack on.
Right, clutch line now. Right, today we've got to realistically plumb the brake lines, throttle cable, and run the oil lines, get them sorted out. That's sort of the priority for today. There's obviously plenty of other stuff to do, but that's what I'm going to focus on at the moment, so hopefully all best to plan.
So basically we are disassembling all the parts so we can inspect them, clean them, then we can fit them all together again. For this project we can put tubes in because everything's still prototyping and we couldn't make it airtight yet. So we're still working on that.
Didn't die, did I?
I'm Leon from Tulmo. We designed these wheels here. We split the wheels in several parts and each part can be configured in terms of sizes, designs, finishes, colors. So these wheels are coming on the Flaco bike. I think with these wheels and in combination with the design and all the features that the bike has, I think it's a really good match with our Lobo cycles and us.
Posters.
That is so cool. You know what we took the crown from? No? Biggie. No. There's this poster with Biggie.
Yeah.
And we took that crown. Oh, that is so cool. Very nice detail. Like splitting this, not having it continue, and having this go down. But for everybody at home looking at this, who are unfamiliar with how we start off, this is just a generic gas tank that we get off a shelf. Now in our case, we modified the gas tank heavily. So we started off with a factory gas tank, chopped it up to get to this. But you get something as cruddy as this. What do you do when you get it from us?
So we'd blast clean this, so it's all fresh, so there's no oxidization on it. And then we'd give it 3 coats of epoxy primer before we do anything with it, and then depending on what repairs need doing, yeah, a bit of light filler work, and then high build prime, and then go on with your design, different layers.
Yeah.
In that case, it started out base coat black, then the paint huffer, metal flake,
Yeah.
and then the house of colour candy, and then sort of building up the artwork on top. So you've got 3 coats of epoxy, then
Yeah.
you'll have your filler work, your block prime it, block it,
Yeah.
with any filler repairs, block them, 3 coats of high build,
Yeah.
flat that back,
Yeah.
and then in this case it got base coated black because there's a lot of product going on. You have to space it out. There was 5 coats of flake in a carrier, do a bit of the shading, mask out, do the flames, then lacquer that in. There's several layers. Yeah.
There's several layers.
Yeah. It's always nerve-wracking. Yeah.
No,
Please.
I'm super happy with this. So, day 5, a wrap up of the Italian jobs for the MBE in Verona. Guys from Tulmo came over to bond the wheels, which went great. Put rubbers on them, put them in Flaco. So Flaco now has a completely done front end. The rear wheel is in, including the inboard brake system. Still needs a bit of spacing out, and we need to put the chain on to get it where it needs to go. But trail is good. It's about 2 3/4 inches, 3 inches, which according to people who ride these bikes is perfect. And on Royal Blood, rear wheel in, exactly where it needs to be. Final drive done, chain is on, fits perfectly. Put some hydraulics together for the clutch, routed it through the handlebars, tightened that all up. Handlebars are polished, internal throttle is installed and works well. So yeah, a ton of small little things that you don't necessarily see when you look at the bike, but vitally important to make them function, right? And on top of that, Luke came by today with the tins, so the gas tank and the fender for Royal Blood, and they look absolutely spectacular. Every time it's kind of like a happy surprise when Luke shows up with the work that he does, especially because it's usually towards the end of the build. I've seen all the parts already that go on the bike because either we've made them or we've had them for a while. But that reveal of the gas tank to us is kind of like the icing on the cake at the end of a build. And besides that, he's just a nice guy. He delivers on time and just knocks it out of the park. That's a wrap for today, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, it's Saturday, it's day 6 of the build, and today is George and myself in the shop. Paul is going to come over later to measure up a few bits that he's going to help make so that we can meet the crunch line of Tuesday night. George and I are going to attempt to get Royal Blood basically done except for like the last 5%, and then do a few bits on Flaco. Panda is currently in Paris with his lovely wife Georgia, enjoying a 3-day weekend celebrating her birthday. So it's a shame he's not here, but I'm sure he's having a great time. Another day, 6th day on the Italian job. As you can see, we moved the bike Flaco off the table and onto the ground. That's because we had to mess around a little bit with the rear wheel, lining stuff up. There's a little bit that needs to come off the wheel spacer, the sprocket spacer, so that's getting done as we speak. A lot of little details on the bike that we know are there, but probably most people won't see. For instance, the underside of the kickstand. Ours says still standing, but you'll understand that the only time you see that is when the bike is on its side, actually. General design that's been around for a while, done by a lot of bike builders, and this is our interpretation of it. Cool thing is you have a little mechanism with a spring that pops in and a little bearing ball and that goes in there. And then this whole thing slides onto a bracket that's welded on the frame, and it has a small indentation, which means that it locks in place. Royal blood is a smidge from being done. So got a few things still to do on there. It needs to get some bleeding of the front brake. We need to make a bracket, engine mount bracket, and a location for the coils to mount. And the fender needs to be fitted. But that is it. And then Royal blood is ready to start. So we're on track. I've got tomorrow by myself in the shop. So some coffee, good music, and I'll have a great day. And then Monday it's back to the full team here. Sunday, bloody Sunday. Nice and calm Sunday here in the shop. It's just me and Peter behind the camera. Planned on getting a couple of snaggly bits out of the way, fitting the carb, velocity stack, forward controls, run the hydraulic line through the frame of Flaco, probably bend up a set of bars, polish up a few bits that need to go on Flaco, like the barrel grips that we have, the pulley nut, all these small things that end up taking time that is good to do on a Sunday with a bit of music and a cup of coffee. Today will be a nice and relaxed day. And then tomorrow the mayhem of the last 2 days start. Got a bunch of wires through the through the frame, some electrics, the throttle cable, but I am at a point now where I need to start making some handlebars, because I need to start figuring out how these things are going to go. I mean, I've seen a bunch of pictures. Beer, a friend from the Netherlands, came up with a really cool drawing where they kind of follow the curve of the gas tank, but I don't think they should be too elaborate, given that the front end is quite the eye catcher here and relatively simple, so I don't want to do too much here, also because the gas tank has quite some graphics on there. So this needs to be an understated piece, so let's figure out what that's going to look like. So, assembled the forward controls, stuck them on the bike. They sit well. Put the seat on, hinge and all that goes with it, comfortable. And then spend a bit of time on getting all the hydraulic lines through the frame, kickstand on, and been messing about with handlebars, which is still an ongoing project. So this is where I'm at now. I think I needed a little bit of width in order to move that front end about. And I could probably lean forward a little bit more, so I can probably take an inch off the bottoms. I don't know. So that's for tomorrow, because never make a decision at 5 o'clock, because that's usually when I start taking a hammer out or a blowtorch and do things I'm going to regret. But happy with progress. Tomorrow, rear wheel is going to go in, final drive is going to go on the chain. We have to fab some fender struts for this bike. We have to fab a engine mount for this one, a carb support, and same goes for Royal Blood. Also needs a coil mount on that one. So still a bit of work to do, but tomorrow and Tuesday is a full team, so George and Panda are back. So we should be able to knock it out. And Paul is doing some work at his workshop, bringing the parts in tomorrow. So by the end of tomorrow, we should be a lot closer to the finish line.